care about false but
not well.
No, it's not ideal.
It sort of helps with like the lateral movement though, because I'm just shifting back and forth. The timing and getting the hips away for the pull in, not great though.
Yeah, can
you know when your mic turns on backstage and you're like, oh, everyone has heard that.
Yeah.
That is us right now.
That is correct.
Oh, hello.
Good.
Hello, darlings. Is my lipstick all right? Are we good?
Is it ever not? Are you capable of putting it on badly?
Well, that's irrelevant. I still have to ask.
And we have to say it looks stunning.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot my line.
How dare you question me, Athena?
It's been too long doing this to not just poke at you occasionally.
Yes, we do go way back, including to poking, when poking was a thing on Facebook.
Oh, so hello, the internet. I assume we're live by now. Hello, lords, ladies, and all kind noble friends. Yes, so just to start us off, I suppose, script-wise, at the end of our scripts, we've always had like a little moment that was like, follow us on social media, including the Book of Face. And we would always go, poke us, partly for, the innuendo. But also because it's sort of like, it's a fun gesture. It's a fun thing to do and say. But then it turns out that audience members take you literally when you say that in unison at the end of every single show. But poking, despite the fact that it was a thing on Facebook, was never really like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so most of us never looked at our pokes. And then until you logged on one day and it was like 37 people have poked you. Oh, that's
37 is low. I was getting like 60 to 70 odd. It was a lot. It's a lot of action, darlings. It's a lot of action.
Speaking of action, we don't actually have any tonight. We have just like chill vibes.
It was a great segue, though.
Thank you.
It's unfortunate that we don't have like a fight prepared.
Alas,
Speaking of action.
I'm a master of the smooth transition. If you know what I mean. Yeah, we're just hanging out. This is Vixens Unplugged tonight. I am one of your hosts. Are we hosting? We're hosting tonight. I'm one of your hosts, Athena. I am the resident scholar of the Vixens, and I'm joined tonight by some of my dearest and most loveliest friends.
Yes.
Who are you,
I'm
friends?
Hera. I'm the starlet of our little gaggle of glamorous swashbucklers.
I'm Breezo.
Yeah.
And I am the buccaneer of our band of mercenaries.
And I'm Talassa, your resident mermaid and superhero fanatic.
Yes.
Ooh, I like the double there. Get your whole personality just tied up in one little bow.
I'm what they call multifunctional.
I would hope so. Yes.
I want to know more.
How many tasks can you accomplish in one go?
That's a new Vixen show.
Oh, I actually experimented with that earlier today, and it's not a big number.
Well, that also feeds into, how we've perceived the Vixens and our brain capacity over the years, which is that we actually only have one brain per trio of us. So we usually perform in threes because 3 is convenient and it's also funny. And what we've discovered over time is that really there's only one brain, and whoever has the brain varies depending on the hour, depending on the day, depending on the weather sometimes. I hate being the brain. It's awful. It's a lot of responsibility.
I love being the brain.
No.
I am unsurprised.
I always believe that I'm the brain, even on the rare occasion when I'm not the brain.
That is true.
I want to know what causes you to be not the brain, Athena. What is it? Weather? What changes it?
Weather can definitely affect it. Hangry status can have a major impact.
Yes.
But also sometimes it's like brain juggling. It's like I've got the brain for 5 minutes and then I toss it over to Atalanta, who like Heisman takes it for a moment, tosses it over to Persephone, tries to gnaw on it occasionally. That's really more of a Pandora thing, but I was thinking because she's like so snacky that it was really, it didn't, I'll stop.
I was going to say it works for both of them.
Oh, and there's a lovely joke or a lovely pun in there about Persephone being a legit snack.
Ooh,
She is a snack.
she's bite-sized.
She protect, she attack, and sometimes she just want a snack.
Yes. Oh, we'll have to tell her.
She's a mini muffin.
A deadly mini muffin, like mini muffin filled with poison.
True. Like one of those like Halloween nightmares where it's the thing that never actually happens in reality, but there's like just a razor blade sticking out of the little muffin.
Yeah, I always get confused by those kinds of advertisements. They're not advertisements, I suppose. They're warnings, but I get confused around Halloween times when that shows up. So I'm like, does anyone actually? That sounds like a waste. It's just a waste.
It's a huge waste of both baked goods and deadly weapons.
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense.
Keep them separate. They're enjoyable separately.
That's true. I do. There is something to the Apocrypha, that especially there's something that's like poking at the back of my brain at the moment. With
Points for verbiage.
Sorry, what?
You said points for verbiage. You used the word apocrypha in a sentence.
Just casually. Apocrypha.
Sort of what I do. But that there was a threat of it, possibly like called into the police of like, I'm going to put syringes in the candy or something like that, or someone, I don't know. There was definitely an incident of someone trying not to poison, but to like spike the goods. Like, here's a cocaine candy bar.
No.
Like
Yeah.
my goods.
But I don't have in my head the exact details or whether or not that's apocrypha or true. I'm not. There's obviously rumors, of course, because we
Right.
talk about it every Halloween.
Yes, but that just sounds really. That becomes really expensive candy.
You know what I bet happened? Here's what I bet, insanely expensive. Here's what I bet happened is that there was some Halloween function at some point and someone brought the wrong batch of baked goods.
Oh.
That would do it. That would absolutely do it.
That
The adult candies.
the special brownies were handed out to the children. That is, or not. Maybe they didn't even make it, but an adult sampling from the platter before the distribution was like, you probably don't want to hand these out because I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
That's. I'm putting a flag in that theory.
I accept that. I accept
Good
that theory.
story.
Yeah, I guess if no matter what else, that's a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of good stories, we don't have one to tell you tonight. We're not.
That's never going to
We
get
have a
old.
good story.
What?
I think we have a good story to talk about.
Do we?
Well, we have good news.
Good news. That's.
It's
I'm
That is
I'm not sorry.
The theater reference.
But yes, we do. We have good news. And the story of the good news, I did it, is that we, the Vixens on Guard, have launched a Patreon. Wild applause. Woo! The crowd is clamoring for more Vixens content. They can't wait. I don't think it's on the graphic anywhere. I don't know what you're pointing at.
The chat.
Oh, the chat. The chat. I'm pretty sure is over there.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I love them. And they're cheering for us, I'm sure.
This is going extremely well, Talasa. I don't know what you're laughing at. This is going great.
clearly rehearsed all of our lines.
Yes, for the story.
Lines and
The
wrote
story. Yes.
Talked about everything we were going to do in advance. We have a plan. There are bullet points
I have
and
a
a flow
notebook.
chart.
Very pretty notebook too.
Thank you. With nothing in it. This is our plan for this evening. Hooray!
It is an unplugged. I'm not upset about not having. I'm all about just going with the motion of the ocean.
If you know what I mean. So, I suppose on that note, we should probably talk a little bit about what our Patreon is. You can certainly find all the information if you go to visit it at patreon.com/VixensOnGuard. And that's, the way we spell it, ENGARDE. But we could also make your life extremely convenient and full of joy by telling you what you're going to get right here and right now. We have 3 different tiers for you with various different rewards, all of which are fantastic, and all of which could be yours every month or possibly every year. Some of the rewards are, on occasion. We're extremely organized.
Just generally, you will receive us in a general way. That kind of thing.
Every now and then your inbox is just going to be like, surprise, Vixen stuff!
Oh, what a great
I really
inbox
want that to be the gift that goes along with it now, that every time they open an email from us, that's what they see.
I was going to ask you actually to do it again, but I know how difficult it is to do that in a bodice. So
I'm only partially laced. It's fine.
Oh, great. What's going to happen occasionally?
Every now and then your inbox will be like, Vixen stuff! I very badly want to be made into a GIF.
A bit.
Someone do it. Someone can do it.
Someone can GIF that. I will put it in both internal company emails and in the first set of Patreon rewards to go out, which will go out at the end of this month.
Yes.
I don't know how to make a GIF. I'm also doing it here live, so I can't do that at the moment. But
Someone
Pop-Up Athena. Oh, yeah.
I have faith in our fans. I do.
I know there's a way to clip on Twitch, and I feel like once you've clipped, gifting is just, a hop, step, and a jump away. It's right there.
I didn't GIF it.
I believe in you. I believe in you. Chat.
I will say I am very glad that we've got the Patreon started this month, because it is both the month that has Spring Forward, which is on Sunday, by the way. Set your alarms, don't miss it. We get daylight again. But also, with Springing Forward and new adventures for us, it's also March of 2021. It's been a year. So let's do new things that are exciting.
It's also Women's History Month.
That's what I thought you were going to say, Hera.
No, I've been feeling a little dark at the moment.
It's been a hard year.
It's weird because, I wish I could take credit for this joke, and I'm already feeling guilty about saying it again. It's funny how last month was March and now it is March.
It's just the endless march of time.
Literally just marching endlessly. So true.
It's been a long year. So yeah, it's been a long, rough year. A long, hard go. If you know
what I mean.
But not in the fun way.
But honestly, for us, it's actually been a year of opportunity, I shall say. For example, we're here on Twitch with you today, which honestly we would not be. I don't imagine if the world had not temporarily ended. And I'm really excited to be here with you all on Twitch tonight, both in the chat and here on screen with me today. I wish that we were together in person with swords and other stabby things, but this is good too.
It is.
I was thinking about when was the last time that we all stabbed each other, and it was a long time ago. And also, It was super fun. And I look forward to when we can do it again.
Me too.
Do you want an exact date?
Do you have it?
It's pretty easy to pull up, actually.
When was the last time we all stabbed each other?
Well, please hold.
I mean, at this time, 1 year ago, we were in rehearsals.
We were.
When we'd been in rehearsals for a couple of weeks.
Or weeks? Yeah, weeks.
Not that. It was a few
Just
weeks.
about 2 or 3 weeks. We'd been in rehearsals at this point. Rehearsals went really fast. Last year, we had 3 new Vixens that we were bringing on. We had a show that we were bringing back from the past. We had a new show that we were rehearsing a new show. We surely were.
But we have gotten a lot
Hashtag
done.
spoilers, BT dubs.
Yeah.
No, but in a
New
few
show coming as soon as we can get on stage again.
Yes, we're doing those. But no, we had gotten a lot done for a few weeks. We were like going.
You want to know something wild?
Yes.
Literally a year ago today
No.
was one of our last rehearsals.
One of.
Well, I went out of town relatively soon after that, so I assume other rehearsals were happening. But my
Your last rehearsal.
Your last rehearsal.
specifically last rehearsal was 1 year ago today.
That's wild.
Before
I do
we
remember for
started.
certain, I think it was either March 11th or 12th. I would have to go back a year to figure out exactly when. Was when we decided we should stop rehearsing in person, take a little break. And here we are today.
Also, I'd
Good
like
break,
to say,
everyone. Good break.
good break. I would like to say that decision was made after I think our last rehearsal, whenever it was at my place because I still have a whole cache of weapons
Yes,
that
you
belong to the Vixens on Guard. And honestly, I'm not mad. I've just had a shield and some rapiers and some gladii to play with.
I forgot you also have the gladii.
I do have the gladii. I've kept them clean and oiled. So everyone knows I've taken good care. But yes, I have had those for a year.
You have broadswords also?
I think I do.
I think you do. We left like everything there, intending to be back 4 days later.
Yes.
It's been 4 days.
Roughly. Yeah, give or take. 4 days. Nothing has changed.
You know what has changed? The Vixens on God have a Patreon now.
A perfect seg once again.
I told you I'm really good at this.
So should we say what they'll get?
Yes, we should. Would you like to kick us off?
I would love to, because the first tier, should you select to join us every month, and we hope that you do, if you know what I mean, is for babes. And I don't even know where the chat is, but I know it's full of babes. And so I hope that you will join at the babe level, which is for a bit of doubloons for $5 a month. You will get a thank you message from a Vixen upon sign up. You'll get inclusion into our Fox's Den shout outs during our streams. So we'll start to sort of shout out our patrons at the end of our streams, or maybe beginning. Have we figured that out? I don't know.
But
We'll shout you out.
They're only going to be at the end today.
Yay! And monthly favorite Shakespeare quotes from the Vixens, and early access to whoever will be performing. So, on social media and whatever, we drop sort of the day of who's going to be there. You, if you are a babe, will know ahead of time. You'll be in the inner circle. And that's the babe level. Also, wait, I need to say this flavor text because it is so beautifully written. I did not help, but it's perfect. And it says, though this subscription be but little, it is fierce, as is our appreciation for you. At this tier, you are welcomed into the Fox's Den, where we all huddle for warmth, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was both and yes.
That's lovely.
I'm nuzzling all of you.
Babes, come join us, babes. So that's the babe level.
Very quickly.
A dang delight.
Yes. And after that, if you need a little bit more, you can join our $10 per month tier, which is our Blades tier, which I will also read the summary because it, like you said, it is so perfectly phrased. Your voice is in your sword and in your wallet. We think you're sharp, shapely, and metal as hell. In addition to all of the babes' boons, you get to get into the thrust of things, if you know what I mean. So, in addition to all of the magical things that Brizo listed, you also, after 3 months of subscribing to our Patreon, get a free keychain or poncho ornament, which I don't know if you've seen the keychains.
I might have. Hold.
They're beautiful.
Well, I was going to say they are beautiful because you can also see them online. You can buy them online too. But I feel like you can't truly understand how good they are unless you hold it.
They've got a good weight to them. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like they're amazing. I don't know if anyone in the chat owns one. Actually, I see Alexa is in the chat. She owns one.
Yeah.
So
and
you can get that or a
silver. Ooh, you're getting very interested. You're getting very interested.
Great. It worked. Everyone's a patron now.
So, Babe is Blade in the Bard. I wonder where our tier names came from.
Right.
So yes, you get all of the things that Brizo mentioned. You get a free piece of merch after 3 months of subscribing. You also get early access to our pre-recorded materials, which would include things like our holiday videos that we drop, our social media special videos that we drop. You would get access to those before anyone else does. Also, you get a monthly Patreon exclusive photo drop. Now, these are not going to be the things that we post on social media. They're not going to be the things that other people post on social media. These are going to be private Patreon only photos just for you to see. In addition, you will also get a once a year cameo style personalized message from a Vixen of your choice, which
I love that one. Oh, I'm so excited. Someone please pick me.
I was going to say, full confession, I didn't know what the cameo style videos were. I hadn't heard of
turn you into a brooch.
No.
Different kind of cameo.
Yeah.
Just for a more Victorian focused fan.
We just send you a video of ourselves in profile, not moving.
I'm into it. But for those that do not know, in case you are like me and you don't know how to ask the teacher for help,
it's called Google.
Go to Google.
Thalassa, Google that for them.
Thalassa, what is it?
Do it. I won't. Cameo style.
Oh, I didn't mean actually Google it.
You can be the Google, Thalassa. You can be the Google.
Oh no, we're here now. It doesn't. It's all just videos. It doesn't matter. Point is, you get to come to us and say, hello, I would like one video, please. And I want it to be this, please. Saying this to my friend, wishing them a happy birthday. And then we will go, okay, happy birthday, friend. Boo, 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 boo. And then we'll send it to you.
Yes.
It's true. We are all contractually obligated to end each of the videos with boo, 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 boo.
It's true.
Oh, we are now.
We've been rehearsing the neck bob.
We're all very good at it.
And then
Risto's really good at it. I'm working on it. That's good. That's better.
You know,
my head looks fully disconnected from my body.
We'll do a workshop.
My hair is sitting.
Speaking of workshops, possibly my favorite thing from the Blades tier, you get a Patreon exclusive workshop at once a year, where I'm so excited. I'm warm. I'm so excited about it. Are we announcing like what types of workshops? Or is this
Do
just
we
gonna-
know what types of workshops?
We've had some conversations.
We have a list, a raft of ideas.
Okay, great. So we're going to be, you get to attend a very special Vixen Patreon exclusive workshop, which I think is stupid cool.
Well, that's, even if we can't specifically name what that workshop will be yet, there are so many potential options, which is really exciting. I mean, we've got anything from stage combat to outdoor performance work to Shakespeare-specific work to working with comedy. There's so many different things with all of our skill sets combined. So it's a massive opportunity, and that's really cool.
It's very exciting.
It is.
I also really
to put it together.
I also really just want to wish all your friends happy birthday and or congratulations on their new job or have a great trip. Whatever it is, I love this cameo thing. So join us at the Blades tier.
You can also ask us to make a cameo for your pet.
Always.
I'm game for that. That could be really fun. If you just remember Hera having lots of conversations with cats, I'm into this.
Now, question, Hera, would you be speaking cat to cats?
No, we're in tune on a very visceral mental level. This is very funny considering my main focus and my deep love is for birds. So I don't know how this will go over, but we'll try.
It's remote. Yes, it's
remote. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But if you want, when we are live again, and if the fair will let you, just bring your cats and throw them all at Hera.
Maybe don't throw cats at Hera, but you should bring your cats.
They're very spry.
Throw cats?
Do I regularly throw cats?
No, I said, or just don't, we do not recommend or condone throwing cats.
We do not condone animal cruelty. Absolutely.
And yet I feel like the cats could handle it.
See, of literally
land.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Trust the cats.
So moving on. Moving on.
Are you sure?
Unplugged always leads to the great conversations.
What's great is that the for this third tier, the flavor text actually starts out in a way that I could have used to interrupt, which is, "Oh, for a muse of fire." Oh, for a moose on fire. So the third tier is our Bards tier, which is $20 a month as opposed to the 10 or the 5. And the description is thusly: "Oh, for a muse of fire. Wait, there you are. Your repartee and remuneration are hot, hot, hot. On top of both the Babes and Blades benefits," ooh, good alliteration there, "you get opportunities to join us on stage and peek behind the curtain, if you know what I mean." I assume the on stage is in quotation marks because this is currently all online.
Yes.
Yes. So you would get to join us potentially in such an atmosphere. So the perks are, you get a personalized welcome video from the Vixen of your choice, entry into the lottery to be pulled on stage via Zoom for one of our streams, which is really cool. It'd be really fun to have somebody on here with us. You would get to hang out in the Zoom green room before one of our streams and see all of the shenanigans that we get up to in totally planning these very planned Zoom videos. There's also getting a monthly art piece designed by a commissioned artist, which is extremely exciting. And I will actually leave that to Athena to go into more detail if you wish.
Oh, certainly. We are extremely excited about this particular item because it allows us to work with other artists as well. So we're going to be starting this year with a portrait series. We have a fantastic artist who's a very good friend of the company. Christina Ramos is going to be designing some amazing portraits of each Vixen.
My cousin.
Really?
Yes.
Could you perhaps enlighten us as to what you may or may not know about this artist's process and capability.
She's fantastic. Oh, she's dear to me. My cousin Christina. She's lovely. So she's been working on these portraits of each of the Vixens, and the idea that between 1 and 2 of these portraits will be released on a monthly basis to our patrons on Patreon at the Bard level. And she tells me they're coming along well. In fact, I believe all 3 of you are already done.
No. Really?
Oh, really?
Just waiting to be released. Actually, that's entirely true. All 3 of you are done, waiting to be released. She told me this yesterday. And it's just very exciting. I can't wait for you all to see her work. So that's the $20 level. So get in there now so you gotta catch them all. Catch all the Vixens.
Cool.
They're really, really, really cool portraits. They've started coming in online. They are, I don't know how to describe them. They're sort vaguely impressionistic in that a wash has been sort of put over each Vixen. So they're like the key elements of each Vixen without like a great deal of detailed features. Mm-hmm. They're very, very graphic. They're very, very cool.
Oh, I'm so excited. That's really neat.
They're super fun. Yes.
I'm probably going to make the one of me like the background on my phone.
Yeah. They're actually, the ones I've seen really lend themselves to that. They're sort of a pop art kind of cartoony, like Athena was saying, sort of getting to the essentials of each Vixen and very much leaning into our color focuses, but very much lend themselves to a phone background or, the printed on a folder. I don't know.
They're very clean lines.
Yes. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm always looking for more artwork for my walls, and I'll you better believe I'm going to find that and get a print. Dr. and get a print. So that's part of what you would get as part of the Bard's tier, which is amazing.
And each year, our plan is to commission a new artist, so that every year the Bard's patrons will be receiving new art from a new artist. And we've already got some ideas about like who we might be working with in the future. Very, very excited for all of it. And we get to commission and work with an artist. So also, I guess if you're viewing this and you are an artist, let us know, because we're starting commissions.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes.
So cool. So moving on from that absolute coolness. In addition, you also at the Bard's tier get a yearly backstage pass to a rehearsal and performance reel, which will be put together by all of us over time over the course of the year of things that have happened while getting ready for streams or during streams or after, bloopers that may have occurred. Now, this is what it looks like to you. This is what it actually looks like to us. That kind of thing. So there's all kinds of additional content. You also get all the rewards from the previous 2 tiers, and you get 1 piece of free merchandise after 3 months of subscription, and you have the choice of either a Vixens on Guard t-shirt or a water bottle. And most of us have used the water bottles in the past. They're fantastic. I love them. And the Vixen t-shirts are delightful. We have If You Know What I Mean t-shirts and Babes, Blades, and the Bard t-shirts. Both of which have our logo on the back, the same round logo that's on our keychains. And all of those are currently available on our website. Yes. All those t-shirts are currently available on our website at our store if you're interested in getting them now. But if you'd rather not spend money, you can join the Bard's tier and spend money in a different way for cooler stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. We're doing it.
We are.
It's
I'm
really
proud of us.
I'm really proud too. We've worked really hard on this.
It's also it's so Renaissance of us, right? To have patrons.
Yeah.
Like, it's time. Yes. Come be our patrons. It's exciting.
It's also impressive that we've done both. We've launched our store and we've launched our Patreon in the span of 2 months. Like,
Yeah.
go team.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're tired.
We've done very well.
So buy our things and join us in the den. We want you there.
Yeah.
We want to cuddle.
We just want to cuddle.
There is, in fact, a piece of the website that is called the Vixen Den, if you are not aware. So do please feel free to go to the website and find it under I believe it's under For Fans, on our menu. And there's already additional little things on there, including links to our Spotify playlists and stuff like that. So do check it out.
Oh, throwback to the Spotify playlists.
Right?
That was so much fun.
That is, again, a thing that had been sort of floated around. We've all sort of talked about, like, if you had a theme song, what would
Your
your
soundtrack.
or a soundtrack? Like, if you were a Major League Baseball player and you were coming up to bat, what song would they play for you? We've talked about those sorts of things over the years so much. And again, we might have put together Spotify playlists had a pandemic not happened and we needed to come up with other creative outlets than performing on stage. That may have happened, but not definitely. And I'm really, really glad that we did that because they are so fun.
They're really fun. I really enjoyed getting to hear what each Vixen chose as like things that were inspirational to them and fun for them and all of it. Like it was just a delight. And I had a great time putting mine together too.
Absolutely.
I was literally listening to Celanese today.
No kidding.
I really like Celanese.
Hers is so good.
Really good.
So solid.
Yeah.
It's just so much 70s vibe on there.
Oh, it's so good. It's like my jam. Ah.
Well, Lafina, yours is like all kinds of heavy heavy wordplay, like combination, like magnificent musicality and like hardcore nerding. It's great.
I love my playlist so much. I love it endlessly. I've gone back and listened to it so many times. I think my Spotify like end of the year wrap up, everything was from my own playlist about me,
Great.
which is extremely cool of me and not in any way self-centered.
Listen, I exercise regularly to my playlist because it's all like Ariana Grande, Kelly Clarkson, and like Pussycat Dolls. Like it just works really well.
Mm-hmm.
I dug rather deep into like my younger self's music interests from like the early aughts.
I listen to mine not every time I'm going to come on stream, like I didn't today, but sometimes just to get really jazzed up before we all get together, I just like to listen to my own playlist. So
That's such a good idea, though.
yeah. While I'm putting on my makeup and I'm getting ready and I'm, it's just good.
I confess, I am partial for Melody's playlist because when she told me that it was ready to be posted to social media, she said, I need you to let everyone know it must be played in order and the songs must overlap by 7 seconds. You can fix it in your settings. And when I tell you this playlist can only be consumed in order with it overlapping by 7 seconds, there's a reason she's our troubadour.
Troubadour life. Not
serious.
being a primary Spotify user, I was actually deeply upset to learn that anyone without a premium account can only listen on shuffle, basically, or at least the way that I could figure it out. And it was deeply upsetting to me because of the amount of time that I had spent curating the very specific order of my playlist. And Talasa can tell you how many times I texted her being like, I can't change it. How do I fix it? And her being like, you can only do that through the web browser. Mobile doesn't function like that, which I love Spotify. I think they're great. That I do think is something that may want to be addressed in an update of the app. Eventually, you should be able to reorder your playlist. Spotify. but fine.
Yeah.
We're talking to you,
We're
Spotify.
never going to be
We are
sponsored.
obviously not sponsored by Spotify.
Not
That
yet,
one.
anyway.
I definitely had that fight too because I found this really epic remix of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend by Marilyn Monroe. And I was like, this is what has to go first. Like, you cannot, like, there cannot be a shuffle that puts this song anywhere else. Like, this is my theme song. This is what plays when I'm walking into Thunderdome, you know, like, this is the song. And I finally caved and paid for Spotify for a while. So that it was there for me, you know, just for my own brain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess on that then, given that we've all made our playlists and we all love them and they're fully representative of us, what is the Thunderdome song? Hera has given us hers. If you had to choose the one, the Major League Baseball walkout song, what's the one?
Oh, no.
Oh, you know what? Please hold.
I feel like it's weird because there's some part of me, I want all of them. That's what happens, is I want all of them. I want you to have to listen to the whole playlist before I enter. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to do that in this thing we're doing.
Hypothetical scenario.
This entirely hypothetical scenario. I think I would choose Kimbara by Celia Cruz and Johnny Pacheco. I think it would be Kimbara because it's these drums and it's such a classic Cuban song and Cuba's so close to my heart. And so I think it would be Kimbara. It also has such energy and like a strong female vocal and like, yeah, you know?
I love that.
Yeah. It's that
By the
one.
way, I'm remembering these so that I can listen to them after the stream.
It's the last track on the playlist if you're looking for Zoe Pena playlist.
There are so many songs that I discovered while making this playlist. I still do think that it's probably Skull Crusher Mountain by Jonathan Colton, which is a terrible Major League Baseball walkout song. It's not a good pump you up song, but but The Geeks Will Inherit the Earth is also so good, and that one is like boppy, and you could walk out to in Thunderdome to that song.
I'm going to say the chat is also letting us know some of them are, and I tell us in the chat your personal walkout theme song. What's it called?
I don't think it has like an official name.
Thunderdome.
Like walkout song, maybe.
Thunderdome. The Thunderdome song.
I'm Googling it.
Here
will be sponsored by Google.
This one is my theme's Thunderdome song.
Walk up song, not walk out.
Walk up
Walk
Yes,
up.
that makes sense.
song. Just give it like 10 seconds. Maybe. I want to see who can guess it in the chat.
Ale sounds.
I just realized it's gonna cut us off.
Oh.
Because
DCMA
It's
is
a
going
song
to get us to that for
that-
sure. I
but
actually
that's fine.
there's
The
a
chat
part
got
of me
it.
that
All that
hopes.
matters.
What?
The chat got it, so that's all that matters, I suppose.
That's good.
It is indeed the Wonder Woman theme song.
That's good. I do. There's a part of me that almost hopes, just because it's always so funny, that in like the replay of this, the bot, the whatever Twitch does to like hunt for DCMA violations, is just going to like replace that with like, I don't know, a Muzak version of Little Bunny Foo Foo.
Yes. And we're all like doing this to the music version.
Little bunny foo foo, hopping through the forest, scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, good.
I think that one should be
Very-
copyright.
Very violent song that we all learned when we were
It
quite-
truly is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have a different question. Now that we all know everyone's Thunderdome song,
Mm.
what is the thing on our Patreon that you are most excited about?
That's a really good question.
Good
Like
question.
if you were going to sign up, what perk are you the most excited about? Because for me, it's the opportunity to be either backstage, because being backstage is always cool. But I think being pulled on stage for our streams might be that's a cool perk.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so
That
fun.
I think even as a Vixen is probably the one that I'm the most excited about, is to have the we call them bobs, just as a stand-in name for whomever we shall be pulling on stage today. I'm really excited to work with the bobs and figure that out. And I'm excited that because we're going to be doing it in true lottery style, we are very likely to end up with some bobs that we wouldn't necessarily specifically seek out in the audience
Yeah.
for reasons. But I'm really excited that we're just going to be like, great, random person who's not so random because you're known to and beloved by us. We don't normally seek out people who are known to and beloved by us to pull up on stage. We are generally focused on people we specifically don't know who are not wearing garb, so that there's a visual contrast on stage, and who present in a traditional masculine presentation. I hate the repeated use of that word, but again, for some visual contrast. But lottery style, baby.
Yeah.
It's the internet. We're doing it however we want.
Okay.
Well, and we have been known to pick people who are friends of ours, who, you know, we do know and love, who are fans, but who happen to not be in garb at that particular moment in time, just because we can, and bring them up on stage, and it's delightful. It's quite fun. So this could have elements of that as well, which could be really, I'm just excited to see your faces here.
Yeah.
Dear friends and fans. I'm excited to have you up here with us.
Yeah, I think as a Vixen, I am most excited for those cameo videos. I just really love that idea, and I think it's fantastic. I think were I a civilian and not a Vixen, I think that I would be most excited about the artwork. I'm just really excited. My cousin's really excited, and I'm also really excited about whatever artist is coming next, because if every year we're commissioning a new artist, not only do you get to support us, but we get to then pay it forward and support another artist, and that I just love.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. My favorite, the thing that I'm most excited about is the monthly art piece. Just to see them, like, that's not something that I personally, as Hera, am involved in, but like, it's monthly. That's so many different pieces, and how cool is that? Like, it's like having your own sort of curated museum that you're creating in your house. Like, I love that so much. Yes, I really miss museums right now. I love that so much.
Yes.
It's really neat.
I want to fight you all in a museum. Let's go raid the net.
I would love that.
Can you imagine like the reverb echo from the sound of our swords hitting?
Gorgeous.
They have swords there. We don't even have to bring our own.
That's what I'm saying.
Punch the glass and grab a sword.
Just arms and armory exhibit. Grab them. Take them upstairs to the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
No one will mind. No one will mind. They would love it.
Why did people try raiding Area 51 when they could have raided the Met and stage a sword fight with dinosaurs?
They're not thinking, Talassa.
Mm.
No.
But we do have to, on our way from the Arms and Armory exhibit up to the dinosaurs, Naruto run. You have to.
Right. I'm prepared.
What was that, Breeza? Oh.
That's the Naruto run.
I'm practicing.
Arms straight back behind you, pitched way forward.
I love that you mentioned Naruto Run and I just did it. I needed no prompting. No prompting. Just
Why would you? It's
Good.
the proper way to run. Science says so.
You would know. I trust you.
Anatomy.
So, Athena, I'm just going to file that away now. And the next time we have to run anywhere on a fair site, I'm going to call you on this.
You know what my response to hurry up and get on this stage is. We're 5 minutes late to start the show. Atalanta takes off at a dead sprint. Hippolyta's doing lunges on the way over. And I am casually strolling from usually the farthest point back because time is a construct.
Maybe, but it's a construct that functions very well in society.
I don't deny that.
A construct that is also part of our contracts.
We've all agreed upon at a certain.
These things are not mutually exclusive.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't wait to run to stages with you all. It's going to be
I'll be
great.
honest, I don't miss the running. The running in the corset's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh, that's true. The first time it happens, I'll be very excited. And then every other time after that, I'll be like, why did I want this?
Also, depending on the fair site, like most fair sites, not so much of a problem, but there are one or two that are really hilly. And that is just unpleasant. It's just unpleasant.
But
Depending
to the credit of the very hilly sites, those also tend to be the shadiest.
Yeah.
Your options are usually like a beautiful wooded area with like little built-in huts and gorgeous trees all over with like epic landscaping that's going on, or an open field.
With sun.
That's it.
Yep.
And sometimes they've painted that stage
White.
white,
Glossy.
off-white. So it's basically just one, we talked about this last time, basically just one of those like 1970s mirror things that you would hold to bounce the sun back up into your face.
The only time I've ever gotten sunburned on the underside of my chin.
That's impressive. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I agree. It was.
I've got to give credit where credit is due. I hope I'm pronouncing this username properly, but Smokles11 has not only made a GIF or GIF, depending on how you prefer to pronounce it, of Athena getting mail, but we also now have a Brizo Naruto run.
What?
It's just a clip, but we will make this a thing. So huge shout out to you,
Thank you, Smoggles.
darling friend.
Smoggles is actually a Twitch person. Smoggles like does Twitch things and does them well.
Was 11.
Oh,
I follow
Yes.
Smoggles.
are we being
Oh,
rated?
well,
I don't think so.
Okay,
there,
But I follow Smoggles.
I'm not prepared.
but I do also have to give credit to these bright stages where, oh, this is very long and I'm very dyslexic. I apologize to this person. I'm going to butcher your username so hard, and I apologize. But Era Toss Feminist camera
Oh,
said we are describing Sterling very accurately. About describing, I assume, the hills and such. And shout out to CTRF and their beautiful white stage.
It looked gorgeous.
Oh my God, the pictures were incredible.
pictures are stunning. The
Pictures,
lighting.
even just the stage itself, like as like an art piece, was gorgeous with those like with the red and the gold. What?
I was saying thank you to Eratosthenes,
Nice.
who was very kind to put the pronunciation in the chat.
Oh, that's lovely of them.
Good call.
I have got to give credit to Virginia's stage, who also they have a beautiful stage as well. It's right when you walk in. It's like the first stage that you see. It's called the Rose stage, for those that are wondering. Except for if you are on cast, in which case you call it the Roast stage, because at high noon, the sun is directly over it, and then the sun sets into the stage, and there's nothing to block it. So it actually gets harder to perform as the day goes on.
We love.
But it's very pretty, and it's the first stage you see when you walk in. It's so nice.
Right in the middle. It's it's absolutely lovely. Yeah.
I'm curious. I know we're sort of running towards the end of this time, but I'm curious where our chat comes from, in the sense of like what is your home fair? Where have you seen us?
Or not seen us.
not
Where's
seen
your home
us.
fair that you think we should be seen at eventually?
Where do you
Yeah,
want
I'd
us
love to know that.
I really love to know, because the other thing is, you know, before I was a Vixen, I enjoyed watching the Vixens, and so it's always different to see the Vixens on different stages and in different places and with different backdrops, and it's always exciting. So I'd love to know.
We've got Nerf in the chat. Also, farewell to the Minstrel Raven. If you are still on, farewell. You will be missed.
Bye.
We've got some Nerf. We've got Sterling.
Oh yeah.
Yes, hopefully we will be sharing stages with you as well, Minstrel Raven. The Internet Fair, which is very popular, also known as DRF, the Digital Ren Fair.
Yeah, they're good people.
Okay, that reminds me, I have an email to send.
I was going to say, if they are still doing things, throw them your support as well. They're doing incredible work to keep the Ren Fair community alive virtually. We've also got some Maryland.
I
We've
love
got
Maryland. Yes.
Luke over here with all of his home fairs.
Oh,
His
well traveled.
Cap district, a well-traveled man.
Camp District is such a lovely fair. It's like this big,
Yeah.
and it's this big of heart. I love Camp District, but that also is a roasty stage as well.
That was the first fair that I ever performed at as Tulsa.
Really?
Right. That's right. Back
But
in-
it's a very special place in my heart.
I love that.
Good fair. I like that fair.
That was a good fair.
I would love to see, the Vixens at Maryland. I just love that fair. It's so beautiful and big and just delicious.
It's
Lots of yellow jackets, though, if I recall.
depending on the day, yes.
But it's true. It's wonderful there. We've been performing there for 3 years now. Is that right? I think that's right. And we just love it there.
Yeah, they're very kind to us, and we've had opportunity to be on some really great stages, and the food is amazing, and the shopping is amazing. It's such fun. I absolutely love it there. And of course, it's also reminiscent a little bit of the New York Renaissance Fair, which is my very, very first Ren Fair.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of a soft spot in my heart for that. But yeah, Maryland's great. It's just dusty as all get out.
These are from Nerf.
Yeah.
My skeleton buddies are from Nerf, but the same company whose name I definitely know.
I bet it's on there. I bet it's on the print.
It might be on the back somewhere.
Yeah.
But they have a booth at Maryland as well. It's a booth that does replica. Oh no. I don't have the brain right now, Breeza.
The brain.
That's what it looks like when I don't have the
I'm witnessing it live. We're witnessing it happen.
good. So these are anatomical drawings that have been reproduced and enlarged. They're you can't see them from far away, but they're labeled and numbered with clearly like reference somewhere over there that isn't here. But they are a booth that does mostly maps, all sorts of maps, and contemporaneous artwork that isn't art is the best way that I can put it. Like a map isn't designed as artwork. An anatomical drawing is not designed as artwork necessarily, but they function as art objects because they're really beautiful.
Yeah, they're really
Look
cool.
at those.
Actually,
I really wish that I could actually advertise the name of the particular booth. I don't know it.
Next time you will.
That's true. I can look it up on Google.
on Google.
Oh, one day Google will be our patron and it will be great.
We only really have one last thing to do before we wrap up, which is our shout outs to our current patrons. Woohoo! Welcome to the Fox's Den. I am realizing in this moment that we will want some sort of like a graphic or something, but I also don't know how to make that happen smoothly.
I have this.
Huzzah! There we go.
Perfect.
Old school graphic design. So we have some folks who actually joined us during this stream, which is incredible.
Welcome.
So much. We're going to shout out to Luke and David and Sarah. Here's my turn, Thalassa. I believe this name is pronounced Flaskane?
We love to see it.
Niskeen?
Huzzah to
You
you.
are not dyslexic, so I'm sure your pronunciation was closer than mine.
It really could go any number of directions. Shout out to William and Amelia, Mo and Mary, the current members of our Fox's Den. Thank you so much for joining us. We are thrilled to have you as patrons, and we cannot wait to share all of this content with you, and hopefully with many more of you in the future as well. Come on in. The water's fine.
It's warm. We want to cuddle. Come cuddle.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us tonight, everyone. And thanks to the three of you. This was a delight.
This was really fun.
I
And
feel
we
like
didn't have to talk about milk.
we didn't talk about milk, and I'm
We
very
should
proud of us.
Cut the feed.
Yes, moving on.
Right. Before they ask
Naruto
us
run
about
out.
milk,
Naruto run out.
Love you.
Naruto run away.